won't hold you guys too long. I'll just do a quick rundown of what's been happening so far since the last time I posted. I really gotta start with these daily uploads. I've been posting pretty much every day on TikTok just because it's so easy, um, but harder to go viral because you're essentially forcing content instead of actually sitting down and thinking about it. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I'll have to link that in the bio actually. So before we start, I want to say that I'm sticking with this brand, and I'm not in this pump and dump methodology mindset anymore. I mean, I still am if I find a good opportunity, as we all would be. Who's not going to make a quick buck? But I'm totally focused right now on running this brand. I've done so much research, so much supporting documents I've created, so much that I've done, so much that I've invested into it. But also, it's something that I'm passionate about. As entrepreneurs, we want to be financially free. We want to be time free, and location freedom is a huge one. I live in Canada. I don't want to live in Canada forever. If you guys are in the States, maybe you want to live in the States, but you want to travel, right? And travel is a big part of who I am. And, I'm a big culture guy. Like, whenever I'm meeting people, I learn new languages, and, I'm able to learn their language pretty fast and speak with them and everything. Um, so I have a connection to the product, right? And I think it's a good product, a genuinely good product. I also have experience with the product because when I was in Italy, I was using a crappier competitor product. So I have firsthand experience into how the product works. I travel a lot. I'm the target avatar or one of the target avatars. I know the angles. I know the stresses. So it works really, really well. And I've seen the product before, back in the day when it was on TikTok organic and people were trying to market it. So I'll give you a rundown of everything that's been happening. This is my Google Calendar, by the way. You guys should really create a Google task list of like your high priority, medium priority, low priority tasks, ongoing tasks, and then yeah, personal stuff. Um, so the I spent about 15 on the campaign for the first launch. I had one ad set, three ads per ad set, and those were all focusing on one concept. Um, and I got a couple hits. We made about 500 in rev. Not great. I'm down one. CPMs were quite inflated to begin with, but they did lower over time near the end of the test campaign. CTR was higher than I expected. CPC was quite high leading up to the end of the campaign. Um, and I know why. So please stick with me. I'm not going to try and make this lengthy, but I'm really trying to give you guys a good explanation. So if you're in the same scenario as me. So I spent 1,500 on the campaign, made 500 back. There were eight creatives in total. Basically, first couple of days, I just let my creatives rip. They were on one concept. So I was only testing one concept. For example, you want this bag because you want to pack more. You want this bag because you want to avoid baggage fees. Essentially, that means one pain point. I'm focusing on one pain point and I'm testing avatars per pain point, right? So, me, I go to the gym, right? You guys go to the gym, of course. Um, you're gym guys, right? You go to the gym. Why? Because you want to look good. You want to be aesthetically pleasing, and that is one concept. Now, the angle could be you want to look good because you want to impress girls. Okay. You want to look good concept because you think that having big muscles are attractive. Okay, that's an angle. Wanting girls' attention is an angle. You go to the gym and you work out because um, uh, well, that's a really huge. We're focusing on the concept being looking good. So you want to look good for girls. That's an angle. You want to look good for I don't know, for male validation. Okay, you want to look good because you're starting a gym personal brand and you want to make money. So different angles. Those are the angles. The concept is you want to look good, which would be the pain point. Then we're going to sell you a supplement or whatever. And the creatives reflect each angle. They also are visually different. I'll have to do a creative breakdown, like my media buying or my creative strategy SOP. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm testing one core concept slash pain point per ad set. Each ad is a different angle, like the what I mentioned before. Now, it doesn't have to be a different avatar per creative. That's what I was doing. But I was doing avatar per creative, a different angle per creative. Um, so it'd be, man, age 30 to 35, and then he's talking about this specific example, other girl, this specific example. Um, I know where I went wrong. For sure, I know where I went wrong. And please listen to me because I don't want you to fall into the same mistake I did. Number one, really get a good understanding of market awareness levels and do your competitor research. Okay. So I was really targeting the top of funnel, not unaware, but I was targeting people who were problem aware, not a little bit product aware, but mostly problem aware. They're aware of the problem. They don't know that a solution exists. You have to sell them on the solution. This is also what 90% of my competitors were selling. Now, why does this matter? I did all of the research myself. Hours of research, huge Google Sheets, of 100 to 200 reviews, breaking down each specific pain point, each letter of text of what they were talking about, the review was talking about, Reddit reviews, all this stuff, competitor website reviews, ad analysis. Where I messed up here is that I took all these documents, all my research documents, I dropped them to Claude and said, hey, this is my research. What are my competitors doing? What are they not doing? Claude and AI in general is only as good as you want it to be, if that makes sense. So Claude is thinking, you essentially have to tell Claude what it is, right? I am a small fish in the big pond that is ecom. I'm not a multi-million-dollar company who are competing with these other guys, my biggest competitors. Claude was like, oh, well, actually, your competitors are doing this. They're focusing on this market awareness level. But actually, they're lacking over here. You could totally break into this market. Okay. Um, I am running on $100 a day ad spend. I didn't realize this before, but it was a huge mistake to target another market awareness level that all of my competitors weren't targeting. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to target an entirely new avatar concept angle that your competitors aren't doing. So that's what I did, and I got 500 rev, but nothing much more. So one of the problems is that I was speaking to basically an auditorium, or I was speaking to a room full of people that had no people in it. I was just speaking to myself in a room, echo chamber. So I was in my creatives, I was kind of targeting people that, I wasn't targeting anybody. I was targeting an audience that didn't exist. So that's number one. You don't always have to, number one, if you have a kind of a niche product like me, the top of funnel is infinite. You can keep spamming top of funnel. You don't need to go down the market awareness level, the market awareness funnel. You don't need to like when you're starting out like me with $100 a day ad spend, you don't need to do the top of funnel, then the middle of funnel, then the bottom of funnel. I know people will say this, and yeah, when you're at 1,000, maybe you spend a day, but I don't have the money to do that, and it wouldn't make a difference if I did. So all my competitors in a small niche were selling to problem aware people. I mistakenly decided to do solution aware people, which is going to take a lot more ad spend, a lot more. My CPA is going to be a lot. My cost per acquisition, the amount of money that it'll take for Meta to find my audience is going to be a lot higher, because these people are a smaller group and they're more down the funnel. So that's number one. Number two, I should have not dropped these pages into Claude. I should have scripted all the creatives myself. I should have asked Claude for ideas, but I should have scripted it all myself. And I realized that when the ads just weren't getting spent anymore and the CPMs were so inflated, I dropped all these huge documents into Claude, thousands and thousands of words, thousands and thousands of, details and research and kind of numbers and analysis and analytics and, reviews and all this stuff. And Claude just kind of was like, no, 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 and then they kind of just siphoned it together and put it together and then just kind of spewed out like a cup. It wasn't thinking like a creative strategist. It was just putting some stuff together with like some cute little hooks, and the hook from Claude was like, so here's the second point. Write the creatives yourself if you're just into the niche. Or if you're just breaking into the niche, you're just launching the brand, right? Claude doesn't know. You can't expect Claude to write $1 million ad by just dropping in a bunch of documents that you spent so hard on, you work so hard on, and this just expecting it to perfectly put all this information together and spew out some ads. It didn't work like that, and I don't think it works like that for anybody that I've heard, unless you have, unless you're telling Claude specifically to act in a certain way. So I'll give you an example and I'll show you my ads here. I'm glad you stayed this far. We're only at 10 minutes. I'll show you my ads here. So here was my competitor ads.
The travel hack I didn't know I needed, and here's why I won't pack without it again. With the Travel Pack Vacuum Kit, you'll never pay for check.
I'm just gonna speed run these.
Your suitcase can hold more than you think. With airless compression bags, you pack 60% more in the same suitcase. All you need is this.
2 people, 1 trip, 1 bag. With airless compression bags, you both get up to 60% more space in a single suitcase. Clothes shrink down, stay fresh, and you skip check.
So I want to call to your attention that these are very broad hooks. They're not specific scenarios, right? So listen again.
The travel hack I didn't know I needed, and here's why I won't pack without it again. With the Travel Pack.
It's pretty broad. The travel hack you didn't know you needed. It's like,
Your suitcase can hold more than you think.
With suitcase can hold more than you think. I mean, that's fucking broad as shit.
2 people, 1 trip, 1 bag.
You're a couple, you want more space. Look at this bag. Okay, here's backpack.
I plan for every look. Daytime adventure fit? Got it. Bikini? For sure. Dinner vibe goddess dress? Packed. Rainy day backup? Oh, you have to. Long.
Okay. We'll get a couple more.
This is the future of packing. Meet the Travel Pack Vacuum Kit. With modular vacuum packing bags that fit in any suitcase.
I'm not sure if that's doing numbers. Modular packing vacuum kit. I don't know if that's...
After our last trip, TSA was asking me for packing tips. Listen, ladies, packing for a trip is stressful enough.
My co-pilot asked how I fit 3 suits plus my regular clothes for a 15-day trip and a carry-on. This is the trick. When you live out of a suitcase for 300 days a year, you learn
specifically targeting pilots, which there's about, I believe, 500,000 pilots in the USA. Yeah, about 800,000. I'm a little bit off. Okay.
Have you guys seen the video of that girl who unpacked her whole suitcase at the airport?
Why I'll never buy another suitcase ever again. Spoiler alert. I bought the 2-pack bag with
2 weeks of clothes, 1 carry-on, 0 checked bags, and all because I stopped using packing cubes and...
So I'm calling your attention to these ads because these are my competitors. It's quite broad, very broad. And that's because the top of funnel is so huge and there's so many people who are in the travel niche but don't know about this product. There's no need to over-explain. Here are my ads.
My husband has a whole thing about how I pack. Every single trip. Why do you need 4 pairs of shoes? We're gone for 5 days, not 5 months. And every single time I'm at the check-in counter paying for a bag, I swore I wasn't going to check. Then my friend, she's a flight attendant, she shows me the Voya carry-on bag she uses. She packs for 5 to 7 days in 1 carry-on. I thought she was lying. So I tried it. I laid out everything I wanted.
You're starting to see already, I bet, why my ads have been failing. Well, yeah, they've been failing. I'm not
I
gonna
have not
sugarcoat
paid a baggage fee in 2 years. I fly twice a month, sometimes more. I used to just absorb the fees as a cost of travel. At some point, I added it up and decided I was done. The issue was never short trips. A few days, yeah, that's fine, but it was the longer ones. A full week of business clothes, a suit, jacket.
I watched a woman at the airport, right there at the check-in
This is my
counter,
best
pull
ad.
everything out of her suitcase and start repacking it on the floor, in front of everyone. Her bag was too full to qualify as a carry-on. The airline wanted $65 to check it. She wasn't paying, so there she was, on the airport floor, pulling out shoes and...
This is the ad that I copied directly from Backpack Ad 2.
When I travel, I plan for every look. Daytime adventure fit? Got it. Bikini? For sure. Dinner vibe goddess dress? Packed. Rainy day backup? Oh, you have to. Long dress emoji? I don't know what this is. Always. Duh. I just always had to.
And this is my ad here.
I'm not the kind of person who packs light. I have a dinner outfit and a beach outfit and a going out outfit and a cute day exploring outfit. And yes, backup options for all of them. And I refuse to apologize for that. But I also refuse to pay for a checked bag every time I travel. So I needed to figure out how to fit 2 weeks of looks into one carry-on. Voya, that's how. I pack everything. Dresses, the swimsuits, the going out tops, compress it all down, and it fits. I've boarded flights with an outfit for every single occasion.
Arguably my best ad. And don't, type in the comments, oh, Meta decides your best ad. It's like, boss, I got $100 a day that I'm pumping into Meta. How informed of a decision can it really make? You know what I mean? With $1,000 a day? All right, sure.
On their hands and knees, I watched this girl and her friend pull everything out of their suitcase and start repacking it on the dirty airport floor in front of everyone. Their suitcases were too large to qualify as a carry-on, and the airline wanted a crazy $85 fee to check it. They weren't paying, so there they were, on the floor, pulling out shoes and jackets, trying to...
So the reason I'm showing you these videos, and the reason why this video is 20 minutes long, so my second point here. All of these ads that I've created, all of these creatives look visually identical. What do I mean by that? Well, they don't look visually identical in the sense that all the B-roll and all the content and all the avatars and all the music is the same. But in terms of the format of the video, it's identical. They all start with a very specific scenario that drags on for about 10-15 seconds. It's a story-based video from the avatar I say avatar, it's a create from the talking head, a UGC person, which is her here, to the audience. It all goes for about 1 minute and 20 seconds ish. All has the same caption. All has music, kind of similar, related to that type of niche. It's all AI talking head. It all has B-roll in the same place. So there's nothing that's formatically different in terms of format.
My husband has a whole thing about...
Now I want to bring your attention again to the research documents. All of your research documents should be supporting the ads. You also need to look at your competitors' ads. I was so stupid that I didn't catch this red flag. I dropped all of my research documents into Claude. I analyzed about only six creatives from my competitors, dropped them into Claude, and then Claude gave me video outputs that were all formatically the same. Meta needs post-Andromeda creative diversity. So what a horrible and stupid mistake it was that I did this. And I'm not going to blame it on Claude because I should have picked this up. But pay attention again to the hook.
My husband has a whole thing about how I pack. Every single trip. Why do you need 4 pairs of shoes? We're gone for 5 days, not 5 months. And every single time I'm at the check-in counter paying for a bag, I swore I wasn't going to check. Then my friend, she's a flight attendant.
It's very long-winded. It just drags on, right? At the end of the day, these people who are buying these people who are in the travel niche, there's 3 main pain points. Number 1, I want to pack more in my suitcase because I'm a girl in her 20s to 50s, late 40s, and I just want to pack more clothes. Number 2, it's less, but I want to avoid paying baggage fees. It's too much. I'm a frequent traveler. Maybe I don't travel as much. Maybe I'm a family man. I got all these people in my family. If we all got a carry-on, we all got a suitcase. It costs quite a bit of money to go travel. I actually haven't seen families targeted. That's good. And number 3 is going to be let me just check my list. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, docs. Bear with me here. Nope, that's not it. Oh crap, where's my angle rankings? It's in docs, right? No. Oh yeah, we're screwed, guys. Just give me 1 second. I guess we can just go here. Okay. So this is from Amazon here. I did heavy Amazon research and I listed the benefit. I've talked about this in other videos. I'm not going to extensively go over it, but the wants and desires. I need extra space because I'm an overpacker. I need something for international trips. This type of thing. This is what I want to do. And how is the bag going to help me do that? Same thing here. It kind of, it was the same here, wants and desires. I want to beat airline fees. I'm going on an international trip. I want carry-on only. I want to pack more. That should have been more. Okay. Compat analysis. I was seeing what the similarities were. Look at this. I only had what? How much is this? 9 ads that I analyzed? I'm sitting down and analyzing 50 today. And so yeah, it just created the same videos, and so that's what happened. Okay. So what I'm gonna do going forward. Summer months are coming up. Confident in this product. People are going to be buying. Summer is the heat of, that's what it is. I'm going to change the positioning of I'll just rapid fire this. I was selling a backpack with a vacuum compartment inside of it. What I'm going to do, because my 2 main competitors are selling a vacuum compartment separate from the bag. They're only just selling the vacuum bag. That's what I'm going to do so I can afford a higher CPA, so it's not going to affect my my spend. So I need a higher CPA. Margins are going to go up. Definitely make sure I do the logistics in the back end, because I got about 4 orders that I haven't fulfilled that have fulfillment issues, and I just wanted to get the campaign out there. I'm going to just do some minor edits on the site. Just make sure that it's more direct response. Definitely going to have these creatives visually and formatically different. I'm not going to always create the same creative. Not going to have it drag on for long. Definitely going to have more direct response elements in there. I'm going to target the problem aware market awareness level as my main target, but I'm going to have more broad hooks, more broad, speaking to the audience. My top of funnel is so large, and there's so many people who aren't aware of the product but have this pain point that I can just sell that for eternity, do it better than my competitors, or just do it, in a mediocre way. I don't mean that to say I'm going to do it mediocre, but what I'm saying is that the output can afford to be mediocre, because, not that I'm going to aim for that, but because the top of funnel is so large and there's so many people that don't know about the product. Okay. What else? Analyze tons of ads from my competitors. Make sure I also analyze organic content in the travel niche that people are watching, so I can create an ad that is that looks visually like something that they would watch and not necessarily like an ad. Testing on multiple different formats, and I'm just going to drill home on the concept. Avatar, sure. Angle, sure. But I need to make my concept more broad. and then that it'll appeal to more people. I will find out why it appeals to more people, create variations of that ad, that winning ad. Some of the variations will fail, which means I know the elements that were in those, that were focusing on those creatives don't convert, which means now I have variations of the original winning ad with specific elements, and also without specific elements. I know why these ads are winning. I know who my avatar is, what my angles are, what angles convert, what avatars convert. Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, so my plan is to analyze 50 creatives, write more scripts, and it's Tuesday today. By Sunday we can launch second campaign. So that's that. I'll definitely create a more in-depth video, but thank you for watching, and join the Discord in the bio, because I don't know actually why we barely have anybody in there. Nobody's really active, but join it. Okay, all right, bye. Stop recording. Don't cancel.